Alright, right now I'm walking into Twisters. This is a new Glenn Powell film that is a sequel to the movie Twister. To be fair, I have no nostalgia for the movie Twister. Actually, I have a little bit of nostalgia, but I've only really watched it for the first time about a few hours ago. So I'm going to go into this one expecting a good time as somebody that doesn't really like the original as a point of reference, but the trailers look fun, so I'll let you know what I thought of it when I get out. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies and TV shows on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of the movie Twisters over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out once this video is over. And if you enjoy this video, click the like button and be sure to subscribe because that really does help. With that said, let's just get straight into this talking about the good. And simply put, I thought that this movie was a better version of the original. To be fair, I've only seen the original literally a mere 3 hours or 2 hours before going to the theater and watching Twisters. And the simple reason for that is because I've just never been familiar with the movie Twisters. But it's actually kind of fun to watch it today for me now because I actually have a little bit of nostalgia for the movie Twister. Back when I was 5, me and my family went on a cruise ship vacation during the summer. It's one of the Royal Caribbean ones. I think it's called Oasis of the Seas, and on the TV in our room on the cruise ship, the movie Twister was playing, but I hadn't actually watched the whole thing from beginning to end. I actually ended up watching the last 10 minutes of the movie Twister, so I actually have a little bit of nostalgia for the movie Twister, but that in no way shapes what I actually think of the movie. To just give you my quick thoughts on the original film, I didn't really think it was all that good of a film. It wasn't particularly as fun as I wanted to be, as it tried to be like this dumb movie about people throwing scientific research on trucks into a tornado and then you move into Twisters, and I watched the trailers. They look cool, I guess, but I just don't really have any sort of sense of what the general consensus on this franchise is. So going into Twisters, simply put, I thought it was a better version of the original. Where the original, I didn't think found its footing quite properly with the whole throwing trucks into tornadoes with scientific research and this whole thing about a divorce going on in the background with our characters. And I didn't think it found the right mix. And I think this movie finds the right mix of all of that, more so than the first film did, where it just still has more dumb fun than the original, as they're still releasing these nanobot things into tornadoes to kind of die down the tornado. They're still doing that in this movie, but I thought it did a better job of balancing out kind of humor, heart, character arcs, all of that together in this film. And it's just because of that, I found it a lot more entertaining than the first film. And I feel like this one has a lot more action. And when I say action, I mean disaster sequences than the first film that stand out and pop in my head more. And due to that, some of that is because of some of the characters and their performances. Especially you get Glenn Powell as this like douchey character who, like, he's like a YouTube blogger on tornado chasers or storm chasers or whatever that's called in this movie. But he's like a live streamer, and he just has so much charisma in his performance, and he's just fun to be around in this movie. But you can also tell the rest of the actors are also having a ton of fun on set making this ridiculous movie that's supposed to be a sequel to Twister. And it just I thought it found the right balance, as it does have more to it than just the dumb fun, where it actually kind of has a heart a little bit to it, as it does have a character arc, as it kicks off with what I think is a great cold open. I think I like this cold open more than the rest of the movie, but it's this cold open that establishes what our lead character is going through for the rest of the movie, as it's basically a tragedy, and it's showing how she's trying to like process through that. And I thought it found the right balance between having like dumb fun, and you also still have a little bit more to it, a little bit more character work to it. And so with this movie, I thought that it's I don't really have all that much to say about it, because that's pretty much all my thoughts summed up in a nutshell. It was dumb fun. It had a little bit more to it than dumb fun, and it was fun watching. But obviously, it's a Twister movie. It's not perfect, so let's move on to the bad. As someone who has barely any nostalgia for the original Twister, I have seen this type of film before. Even what I just been praising the movie for, which is that cold open that sets up everything in the movie afterwards, I've kind of seen that before many times, and this is a good enough version for to that kind of story. But just keep in mind, it's a little bit formulaic when it actually comes up to the plot specifics. Also, the movie just didn't have like a lasting impact on me, or any sort of standout scenes. Like, I watched the movie for the first time opening day back on Friday, and there wasn't any, like, besides the disaster sequences, there wasn't anything besides that standout. I do remember, like, the finale with the tornado on fire heading towards a town. I remember the cold open, and everything in the middle, it's just kind of, it's in there in my mind, but nothing really like stands out in this movie. And because of that, I don't think it has like a lasting impact. Like I said, I watched it back on Friday, and I don't know, I thought it was good. It was much better than the original, but it also wasn't very memorable as well, if that makes sense to you. So overall, when it comes to the movie Twisters, it's not a movie I have a whole lot of thoughts on, like I do with a bunch of other movies, simply because it's just there to be entertainment. And it's entertaining, but it's very formulaic. The character arcs are kind of predictable, but at least it knows the formula. At least it does them right, so not trying to break any new ground. I have no nostalgia for this franchise, or actually barely any nostalgia, but it was an enjoyable enough film, so overall I'll give it a B. But those are just my thoughts on the movie Twisters. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Twisters over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Click the like button, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one.